you can change your life. You can change the direction you want your life to go in.
But it's kind of like, so I want to ask you this question. How, in terms of body count, yeah? At what point can I say that I'm not adding someone to my body count? So, for example, if, let's say, you know, so you know, like when you're in college days, yeah? Has it... I feel like a kid laughing at this. So, during college days, yeah, during that period,
yeah,
you know, when you like, have you ever been in a situation like where you was about to have sex and stuff, yeah, and then the guy goes, and then you're like, no, when you move a frigid, you're no, I don't want it, no, and then he's like, oh, can we just put the tip in? If he just says, yeah, let me just put the tip in,
yeah,
and you just let him put the tip in, would you still consider that as a body? Is that added to your body count if it's just a tip?
For me, I would say yeah. For some, they would say no, because for me, I would say yeah, because for me, when I see the sex, it's not only like actually having sex, but obviously that person see me naked, they felt me, they've touched me.
So you add that to your body count as well?
Yeah, because they've had me in a sexual way.
I no.
The tip ain't enough.
No, it's not. Okay, the tip, if we started the tip, yeah, fine, okay, cool. I can see why some people would add it. But if it's just like, for example, touched or anything like that, no, I'm not adding that. That's foreplay, that's kids play. Like, I'm not adding that, sorry. As far as I'm concerned, you and I have never done anything.
But then you can't say that because that person's walking down the road knowing
No, not any. No, they don't know how I feel.
Not true.
They don't know how I feel. They touch the perimeter. No, but the thing is, yeah, I think if it's not full penetration, it's not. I don't think it deserves to be added to your body count.
Yeah. You
can say you've had a sexual experience, but it's not. I don't think it requires to be added to the body count.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, like any kind of sexual experience, I add it for me, but I don't think so. If you don't add it for me, it's not a problem. For me, it's either you do, either you don't.
No, so for example, like if your partner's, you met someone and the conversation came up. Okay, how many?
I was going to ask you that. How do you feel first of all about someone asking you about your body?
I say it's none of your business. Honestly, I've never disclosed that, and not because I've slept with bare guys, but I just feel like it's not their business.
Yeah, I think you have to get to a stage in a relationship where, because for me, that matters to me in a way with a guy. It does, because like I said, I don't want to know this guy has just been around. For me, because I would look at that as how much respect he has for himself. Now, if it's past behaviors, then I can say, okay, it's past behaviors when he was young.
Do you know why it doesn't?
But if you're in your late 20s, 30s, and you're still carrying on like that, that's a problem for me.
I get what you're saying, but for me, to be quite honest, I don't think knowing a number makes a difference, because why? People lie.
That's true.
So you can ask the guy, what's your body count? You can be like, babe, I've only been with like 5 girls, because I've been in 5 relationships, and to be quite honest, they didn't even last that long, but he can gas you up.
That's true.
Vice versa, women lie about their body counts all the time.
Of course.
Like, for example, like Crystal will add all the little kisses and foreplay. I'm not adding that. Do you know what I mean? So if I was to tell you a number, that will be the number I consider that I want to add.
Yeah, true.
And it may not be true. So to be honest, I just say I don't answer.
No, I wouldn't add the kisses and foreplay, but I would say like me and him done a thing. Like,
no.
If a guy was to be like, oh yeah, how many guys have you like slept with? I'll say whatever. But then I would be like, not a guy that I just met, but if me and this person, we proper start dealing on a level, like, I will say to him like, it's this amount, but I've had, sexual things with other people.
You see, that's too much detail for me. I'm sorry. And the reason why I say, as a woman, let's go to the feminist, as a woman, I feel like men say that they want to know. They want us to be transparent. But I'm sorry, men are very visual people. And like you say, when a guy decides to go for a girl, a lot of them, they want to imagine this girl has never had sex with no one, even if they know.
Yeah.
So I feel as soon as you disclose a number, it automatically triggers something in their head. They may not say it to you, but it triggers something. And I've heard people who've told people, their partners, their numbers. Nothing happened then. It was like a nice conversation. And then a couple of weeks down the line, that shit popped up again in a different way where that the guys then repeated it. And I'm sorry, but I don't want that to happen. As far as I'm concerned, I am Acacia. This is who I am. If I love sex, I love sex. If I don't, I don't. But you will know the type of person I am sexually.
Yeah.
And based on that, that's your assumption. Because you don't need to know who else I slept with.
True.
If it's a difference if, for example, we came into somewhere we in an environment with someone I've done something with, or do you know what I mean? For example, if you ask how many exes I've had, okay, I've had this many exes, or he's my ex, that's different. But don't ask me about my sexual business.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how many. I've been in 4 relationships, this and that. So you will know from these 4 people, you'll know, of course, she's had sex with them or not.
Yeah.
But don't ask me about my body count and my sex or whatever. That's not your business. And I don't ask how many people have you had sex with in a serious way like that, because to be honest, I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as I know that you're clean, we've been to the clinic, I've checked, I know you're healthy, you're clean, you know I'm clean, or do you know what I mean? That's fine, because your past is your past. I don't imagine that a guy is going to be a virgin or he's not had sex. But all I know, don't put me in a situation where you've had sex with someone and there's still feelings that, and and you haven't told me. But if we end up being in a situation like that and it's after that event, let me know.
So let me ask you, would you think, for example, say like if you've got like a group of friends and then like you with this guy and then a few of them came up and be like, he used to deal with like, let's say each of them probably say he used to deal with like three girls I know, and then the other one says he used to deal with it. So altogether comes up to like, let's say 12 different girls. And when you ask, when was this? And you're like, just before you two got together. How would you feel about that?
To be quite honest, it will give me alarm bells. It would give me alarm bells. But if he were dealing with these girls, it wasn't serious, first of all. There was no commitment to any of them, first of all. He was a single guy. To some extent, depends on the gravity of the situation, that's not my business right now. If it was a case where he was leading all of them on and they all didn't know, he was playing them, that's mad. I'll be out. But if it's a case of, he met this one here, he was speaking to that one, and if I don't know these friends personally myself, that's his business. Because let's be sure, London is very small. Yeah. So there's a chance his friend might know someone that I used to date. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, of course,
yeah. So dating 1 and 2 people is different, but I don't really, like I said, I think it's like, it's a form of self-respect. And I don't want to know that someone I'm with, it might come off insecure or whatever. I don't want to know that the person I'm with has just been around, because I don't carry myself like that. So I wouldn't want to know that. I don't. And people tend to hide. And for me, I'm the type of person, I ask questions because I wanted you to give me the opportunity to be honest with me. If that's the type of person you are and that's how you were, I want you to get. Obviously, people lie, and maybe I'm a bit naive in that sense. But for me, I like to give people the opportunity to be 100% honest with me. It's not that I want to be in your business and want to know who you've slept with or how, like, what's your body count type of thing. But I want to know, okay, like, how do you really carry yourself? How do you really carry yourself? Because looks can be deceiving. People can look like, I carry myself like this, I carry myself like that. But behind closed doors,
it's a different thing.
Yeah. And for me, because that tells me that you're fighting other demons. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And I need to know what badges you're coming into the situation with. And also, I strongly believe in soul ties. I strongly believe in soul ties. I strongly believe in this guy sleeping around with this many girls. She's got her issues. On top of that, you don't know who she's sleeping with. And then it's all one whole big mix. So I think there has to be a level where it's like, you know what? I'm not going to do that, and for those reasons, yeah.
I just think once you get together, once you start courting someone, and a lot of times I court people before I even start to date them. So during that courting period, I know I have a way in terms of how I ask questions. If I want to know whether you're a dirty guy, I would know the type of questions to ask. I probably wouldn't ask you directly because I know how to present it. But I would already get a picture of how many girls you've slept with, how many areas do you know what I mean? So I know how to ask my questions, because one thing I don't like to is come across insecure. True. During that courting period, then I decide whether you're worthy enough or we can actually go to the dating level where we can now be seeing each other. Once we get to that stage, I then decide whether I want to actually get into a relationship with you. So I think as a woman, there is ways you can ask questions without asking them.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people just ask the direct blatant questions, and that's what I don't like. Don't ask me nothing.
No. I don't like. Don't come be like, so what's your body count? Do you know any guys that I've, like, you know, have you been with anyone that I know? And all this stuff. I think that is so immature. Like, don't come to me like that. But I do believe that once we get to a certain level, you know, I think you have that right to say, you know what, you know, just before you make things official, I would say that's a good time to say, you know what, you know, not trying to, you know, but, you know, how many...
I don't think so.
I don't
think so. Do you know the reason why? It's because if you've got to know me during the courting stages and you think I'm an amazing person, I think you are an amazing person.
Yeah, true.
How many times I've opened my legs does not detract from the person I am right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So even if I had a hoe stage where I slept with bare guys. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think you should, like, if you was about to get married to someone, you should reveal that? You still don't think so?
No. Sorry, no.
Really?
But it's a difference if we're having a conversation where we're in bed and little things come out. Do you know what I mean? But I would find it disrespectful for you to sit me down in my face or on the phone and ask me, babe, by the way, I was wondering, what's your body count?
No.
No,
That doesn't come out like that.
I don't, whatever shape
Has anyone ever asked you that though?
No.
No one's ever asked you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. No, I think I've been asked it, but in like a jokey.
It's always been like a jokey way.
And I nipped that shit in the bud. I'm like, and none of your damn business. How many have you slept with?
Yeah.
And if you want to tell me, cool, but don't ask me that directly.
Yeah.
The only time I think a woman should have to tell or should feel compelled to tell is if whilst you're doing your CRB check on this guy and you realise that, oh, he's friends with this person and that person, then you can kind of like maneuver and see whether there could be a link.
Yeah.
If there could be a link, you would know how to find a way to drop it in there. Oh, you know this? How do you know him? Oh, right, okay. Because I used to deal with his friend. I used to talk to his cousin back in the day. Yeah. And that's how those kind of conversations can now come about. But I'm not just going to start plucking out Michael out the air, plucking out James out the air, plucking out Toby. Yeah. No. They're part of my past, and they will remain there until they decide to resurface by some act of faith. Yeah. But besides that, no, I'm not plucking to tell you how many penises I've experienced. No, I'm sorry. If you think I'm good in bed, you'll know I'm experienced. You know I'm ready. You know I'm correct. Yeah. That's all you need to know. Whatever we do in private sexually, that's between us.
Yeah, of course.
But I just feel like sometimes women, we feel like we need to give too much information for clarity's sake.
That's true.
Or it could be because you want to know the guy's business as well. That's fine. But for me, I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna do. I answer because I want to ask. Because I want to give you the opportunity to tell me the truth. I would rather you give me. I'd rather give you the opportunity to tell me the truth, because I feel like if you have to lie about it, you're hiding something.
But you can never tell whether the number's right or not.
That's true.
So either way, you're fighting a losing battle.
But then if they're like,
no, but the person you're dealing with at that moment in time, you need to know that person for who they are now, and you can then find ways to figure out what's happened in their past.
Yeah, true.
And to be honest, once you get a guy in a comfortable position to the point where there's trust and a good rapport built up, they will happily tell you things without you needing to bombard them.
That's true.
And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie, I get a lot of stuff out of my partners, like partner and my previous partners. Yeah. I got a lot of stuff out of them because I knew how to maneuver and get my questions answered.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes things might come up. Like, for example, so a lot of guys have this way where during, let's say, college times, where they've got a friendship group of guys and girls. And 9 out of 10 times, they have had these girls sexually. but it didn't work out, so now they're all still friends. And those are the kind of groups you do need to be quite wary of, because your partner is probably not always going to tell you, oh, actually, by the way, I did used to do a thing with Janice. But Janice is part of the group.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Those are the kind of ones they tend to keep quiet.
Yeah.
Because why? They don't want you to feel insecure by Janice.
Yeah.
But as a woman, no. You probably are going to feel it, especially if it comes out by accident or by default, and you're thinking.
But then that's where he needed to tell you the truth that he did deal with it.
But that's what I'm saying. Some things are more difficult to come out of, because if you've had, for example, if you have a good friend, someone you used to see back in the day, you guys had a thing, it didn't work. You were friends, but you had something, you tried something, it didn't work out. You said, you know what, let's go back to being friends.
Yeah.
And it's now been years. If that sexual experience you had with that friend years ago, it's going to be difficult for you to then now tell your current partner, actually, you know what, 10 years ago, me and James did have a little thing.
But do you think that you can be friends with someone you had sex with?
Yeah.
You think so?
I do.
I think you can, but I think I don't know, I think you can and you can't at the same time, because I feel like once that line is crossed, some people don't know the boundaries. I mean, you've got to set the boundaries and you've got to stick to it. But I feel like once that line is crossed,
I think you can, but it's like you said, it's a very narrow
sometimes
line.
when that line is crossed, you might not feel for it no more, but you don't know what that other person's intentions are.
But that's the thing, because I think there's moments where you can have sex with someone, still remain friends, and when you get into a new relationship, you don't know what that other person's going to do, because some people are very jealous.
Exactly.
And jealousy comes up, so they can see you now happy with your partner and then decide to try and sabotage it or drop little comments here and there.
But then how would your partner feel? Would your partner feel comfortable with that friendship? And if your partner doesn't feel comfortable, do you feel compelled to
tell them
to lock off the friendship?
Yeah. I think that's the very great area about it, because if I had sex with someone and I was still friends with them and I had a partner, I feel like I would be uncomfortable to keep that person around me closely. Doesn't mean that I will stop talking to them, like stop being friends with them. I just have to take a step back and distance myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So still care about you as a friend, as a person.
Yeah.
But I have to respect boundaries in my relationship.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't feel comfortable if my partner had friends with somebody I had sex with.
I know
for
a fact I won't.
So, and I think that's where there's a lot of bloodlines. A lot of bloodlines. Like even, okay, what about this? If your partner had a female best friend, how do you feel about female best friends?
I don't mind it. I don't mind female best friends. I don't mind female best friends because I've had male best friends. So I don't mind it, but it has to be female best friends. It has to be a female and I think you know someone who is a friend and you know who's someone who likes that person. I think you know that. Like I've had people whose best friends were girls, and you know they you know how you know it's when they have a level of love and respect for you as well. Because most people who are friends want the best for their friends. And they want to see their friends happy. So they'll like unless you're a shit person, they'll most likely like that person's partner. Especially when it comes to females, they'll most likely like. If you realize that she don't really like you, she don't have a reason to not like you, she don't know you that well, she doesn't want to get to know you. That's where the problem comes. Because you know I've had male best friends, and honestly my partner at that time, they knew that, you know, that's my best friend, like my best friend, and that person, you know, and they can actually, you know, talk to that person. And I've had, you know, like with partners, I've had partners where their best friend was girls, and these women will call me, talk to me. If we're going through something, they'll be the one to tell me this, and this is how he's feeling. I've known him, he's like my brother. You know, blah blah blah. And I prefer. Sometimes I even.
I'm not comfortable with that.
Really.
100%. Before I used to be. But I'm sorry. Now I'm older, and after seeing all these movies, it's now contaminated my mind. And the reason why is because I always picture. I feel like, and I've seen it happen before, where a man might have a female best friend, and the fact that they go to this best friend and discuss all your business with them. When he's upset, he tells her because he's going for advice from her. initially these things can actually be very innocent initially,
Mm-hmm.
but as soon as you have an issue and he goes to comfort, I don't want my man getting his neck back stroked by nobody. I'm sorry. When you're
Neck back. I think that's the thing. It's just because some females are not like that. Like some of them might be tomboyish. Some might be.
Listen, I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't want my man going to no female's house, no female best friend's house to get his neck back stroked and comforted after we done had an issue. I don't like it because no. Because I've seen too many movies where these things go very
sometimes the female best friends ends up giving the man an insight that if he went to another man, they wouldn't be able to tell him, because she's a woman, she's able to understand. And I'm telling you, I've had yeah, but if they don't have a sister,
go to your cousin, go to your mom.
I've had men who had female best friends, and honestly, when we went through a rough patch, it was because that female best friend, that person is able to understand my point a bit better, because it's like, you know what, listen, that's wrong. Like,
maybe that's the issue.
And you can say go to your mom, go to your cousin, go to your sister, but not everyone has that relationship. It's not everything you can tell your sister. No.
Maybe it's because I haven't been able to be close to any female best friends that I know, so my perspective is very different, because I've never been able to be close to the point where we've called for advice. I know that he's spoken to them about our business, and a lot of the times I think it doesn't help, because what starts to happen is that what a woman should be given to a man, he already has that support and companionship from his female best friend. And I think sometimes it can take away from the relationship. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it can.
I think there just have to be a balance. I mean, like I said, I've had male best friends, and honestly, when he's going through certain things, it's not that I'm the first person that he runs to. Obviously, he'll sit there, sort his problems out. He won't even tell me everything. But obviously, he's my male best friend. I can sense something's wrong. What is going on? Sometimes his girl might call me and tell me, like, talk to your brother, he needs to fix up. And it's just like, you know what? I'm able to say to him, listen, this is what a woman... I've like, literally, some of my male friends have called me for advice. And I'm like, listen, I'm a woman, and this is why she's behaving like this. You're making her feel a type of way. You need to fix up, you know? And that's helped to strengthen their relationship in some way.
I get,
and they've had sisters and they have mums and things like that.
But there's no issues with having a female friend. There's a difference with a best friend. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm happy to female friend, male friends. That's not what I'm saying. My issue is best friends. Yeah. And when people start to do best friend, that's my brother, that's my sister, that's my this, cool. But once there is a level of respect and boundary for the relationship, like I'm someone, I don't believe your friends should know all your business.
Of course not.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I've seen or experienced is that a lot of the time is that the men share because they want this advice from another female counterpart. And I don't want no bitch knowing all my business.
That's true.
No female knowing all my business. I don't care how lovely you are. I want that to be between me and my partner.
Of course,
and vice versa. I've got male friends, but I don't tell my male friends my business.
But this comes down to the respect of your relationship. You respect your relationship, you respect your man. You're not gonna go around telling everybody your business, regardless. It can be your bestest mate, like your girl from since you was like hi. You're not gonna go telling her me and my man. You're not gonna go running it. It's set, but there comes a time in relationships where even if it's you and your mum or you and your brother and your sister, where you have to vent to somebody because you have to release it. You have to release it to something. I mean, the best thing to do is to speak to a therapist, but not everyone can go to a therapist to get that professional advice. But where you need to get that off your chest, you know, and to get an outsider's perspective, you know, because sometimes you can get obviously very caught up in a relationship and you need that outsider's perspective, and so you go to people that knows them best and you can trust you, and you know they can trust. So I believe that, you know, going to your best friend where you might, for example, your best friend might be a girl, your best friend might be a girl, so you might be telling her like, girl, this is how I'm feeling, blah blah blah. His best friend's a girl as well, and he's gonna tell her how he feels.
I can get it on occasions, but don't be running seeking advice. My picture is that from these movies that I've seen, I'm sorry, don't run into the arms of the one who knows you best.
Yeah.
Yeah? I just picture stroking of the head and wanting to see another, they're comforting each other.
Yeah.
It's raining
But
outside.
I think sometimes you can
slow
tell.
jams and then they're rubbing and
You can
sweating.
tell if there's a chemistry between the two.
But sometimes you can't. I'm sorry. Because
Really?
you can. There's chemistry. There's always chemistry. But to know what extent it is, or what avenue. So you can have chemistry with your female or male best friend and you're thinking, oh, that's my brother, my sister. That camouflages a lot of things.
Yeah, but sometimes you just don't see that person. My male best friend, I just had never, ever seen or felt anything for them in that type of way at all. They weren't even my time to be attracted to them too. And that could be vice versa, because if you know your man well enough, you know that that's not even his type.
Men don't have types, girl. I'm sorry.
No.
A lot of men don't have types. I don't care what they say. So that's all a camouflage nonsense. She ain't his type. What? Men don't even always go for looks. You can be the best looking girl, but then when you see like gorgeous men with females that just have personalities, not looks, you ask her, oh, what's he doing with her? But no, that man saw a beyond physical attribution. She's probably the most gorgeous, most supporting woman to him. Yeah. That's his queen. Yeah. So that's what that female best friend could be giving him, empowering him. Yeah. So when he's coming home excited or he's got a job interview, he's not coming to you for that kind of support. Why? Because, oh yeah, already spoke to Sasha about it. Do you know what I mean? He won't tell you. He won't tell you, but he's got that kind of support already from someone else. So all of these characteristics are building up and they're developing that bond beyond physical.
You think that's what they do?
No, I'm not saying all. I'm just saying, for me, I don't know if I'm going to be 100% comfortable with my man having a female best friend.
I think as
that
well,
when
you have a best friend of the opposite sex, when that person gets into a relationship, you have to understand that you're going to have to take a step back now.
Some people don't. So you're saying what you do.
And I do that, and I've noticed my ex-partners or whatever, those people that have done that, the same thing. They've allowed that person to, be in their relationship, which happens.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't always happen.
And then when they take a step, obviously they have their own situation going on as well, so they don't have time to always be in your situation. Just like any other friend.
So they say. I just know my man ain't running to the arms of nobody who loves him or knows him best. No, I'll be your peace. I'll be your stress. I'll be everything.
Yeah.
So, any closing statements?
Nothing I have to say. This topic was quite interesting. I've learned a lot as well.
Yeah. It's been a good one, guys. Thank you so much once again for staying tuned. Yeah. I hope no one got offended. I know I'm not an insecure woman.
Neither am I.
I was just saying,
it's our own opinions and experiences.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, on the YouTube videos, please like, comment and subscribe. Yeah. Keep sending in your messages. Let us know your opinions and your thoughts. And guys, as we said in the beginning, please don't be afraid to put your comments and messages on the main pages. We can read them in private, which is amazing, but everyone else wants to see too. Yeah. Don't be greedy, guys. Yeah.
And the link below for all my Tales cards as well. The website is there for you to purchase your cards and get conversation started with your friends and your family, and your different functions and stuff.
Fantastic. So the website is www. Was that too many W's? I'll say that again. www.allmytales.com. And go and get your All My Tales cards. And until next time,
see you and have a good evening.
Because everyone has an opinion.
And everyone has a story.
All My Tales.
Take care. Bye.